The first time I saw the Mortal Kombat movie was December 26th, 1995. So that was Boxing Day. 10:30 AM session up at my local cinemas. I'd been waiting for the movie for a long time. I'd heard a lot of things about it, read some things, talked to people on the internet. That was when I was first getting into IRC chat and stuff. And the day finally came, and I remember that day. I've been waiting all this time for the movie, and I got this cold, and I was sick, and I had a sore throat, and I had a fever, and I had a headache. You know what? I still fucking went. Nothing was stopping me, man. Nothing in the world could prepare me for what I was about to see. When I saw that intro, I almost creamed my jeans, pretty much. Seeing that dragon and all that fire, and then, like, you just knew it was going to be something special. And then, the movie opens up straight away with Shang Tsung just showing no mercy for Liu Kang's brother. I mean, just ripping right through him. And it was just really cool. It was just relentless, you know. There was no lead in. It was just action straight away. And I'm like, wow. And it was just such a great experience. One of the best. I mean, I've watched the Mortal Kombat movie, no joke, about 95 times. I was keeping count for a while, and then I sort of kept casual count. So I'd be very close to almost 100 viewings. I know pretty much the movie word for word. I own it on all sorts of formats: VHS, DVD, Laserdisc. What else? Retail preview copies with the timestamp. VCDs, Japanese DVDs, UK DVDs, American DVDs. I've got a whole lot of DVDs. That's the Australian copy there. It was just such a great film. You know, an hour and a half, I think it goes for, about an hour and a half. It's very short, but it works so well. And the reason it works so well is a lot of people don't know that Mortal Kombat 1 was based on Enter the Dragon. The game was based on another movie called Enter the Dragon, which I'm sure most of you have seen it. You know, there's an island in Enter the Dragon, there's an island in Mortal Kombat. There's Mr. Han in Mortal Kombat, there's Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. There's Bolo in Enter the Dragon, there's Goro in Mortal Kombat. There's all these common elements between the two, and the reason when they made it into a movie was it was pretty much like another Enter the Dragon film, you know, and that's why it worked so well. The only thing that this didn't have, that the game had, was the extreme violence. Now, it's funny because I mentioned in my Mortal Kombat DC rant that I didn't think it'd be good for the new game to be T-rated without the violence because we're sort of accustomed to it. But in the movie, you know, we had no choice. They did it, but it was done so well that it really did work. The violence was still in there, as you saw with the Shang Tsung fight, and the special effects really did make up for it a lot. A lot of people, I guess, thought they were going to see Sub-Zero rip the head off or something on the big screen. I mean, that would be cool, but you know, I think that would be R-rated because there was something like that in Predator, and they wouldn't show that on TV here in Australia. And when it was out on video, it became R-rated. I'm pretty sure it was R-rated. Might have been MA. I don't know. They've done a lot of things with the Australian ratings. Movies now are R, but back then they were MA and stuff. It's a mess. Yeah. So anyway, as I said to a friend of mine, he asked me like why I like this movie so much. I told him it's awesome. Characters are good, fights are good, music's awesome. And he said, but you know, none of the blood's in it. And I said, it didn't matter because, you know, real Mortal Kombat fans, although we love the blood, we don't care about the blood, we care about the story. And the story in this was done so well. I mean, it was pretty much perfect. Even the way it was written, it was witty, it was clever. The characters looked like characters from the game, even though they didn't look exactly the same. Like Sub-Zero Scorpion obviously didn't. You know, Kano sort of had that vest and he looked different, you know, but when you first see Kano and he turns his head and you see the red eye, you're like, that's Kano. That's all you needed to have was the red eye. And, you know, things like that were just awesome. Oh man, I love this movie. I remember when it first came out on video, I wanted to buy the videotape, and video stores here, I don't know if this is the case in America, but when they're hiring out tapes or renting out tapes, they don't pay the price that we pay as customers for a video in a shop. When an Australian videotape back then cost about $30, but when they were buying the tapes to rent out, they have to pay more because they're making money off it or something. So a tape back then cost $130, and I wanted to buy it, and I thought it just cost me $30, but yeah, she told me $130, and at the time I thought, you know, she's just bullshitting me or something, but found out that was true, and that's what it was like with all tapes, you know. And yeah, so I ended up finding a copy though in the city for $40, so I got lucky. She was good though. I hired the movie so much off her, she gave me the Mortal Kombat stand, which you guys have probably seen. And I'll talk a little bit now about stuff from the game. There's two things that I always think of that are directly from the game that are in this, and that is both of them in the reptile fight. Let me get the remote. Scene selections. Yeah, the first time that Liu Kang grabs the animal version of reptile here. This is cool. And then he throws him into the statue. I was like, oh my god, what's going on here? It's so out there, you know. Yeah, it scrolls up to the head, and then first time I heard that on the big screen, I was like, oh, that's so cool. When I heard it say reptile, you know, I think that was the Mortal Kombat 2 reptile sample. I go, this is definitely Mortal Kombat now. And then there was no more of this bullshit animal version. It was really reptile. The reptile we know, you know, was the human form. And he comes alive and bang! Right through the cave, right through that wall, and then you just know it's reptile. You're like, that's so cool. The other thing that I was talking about from the game is if you watch this window here in the background, this window here, you see it again, there it is. Keep watching. I'll fast forward a bit, save a bit of time. Where they're facing off. There. This window is actually the window from the, what's it called? The level, it's air combat. I think it's called the tower in Mortal Kombat 2. So if you go to Mortal Kombat 2 and light up that level, this exact window design is where you see that monk floating in the middle in Mortal Kombat 2. That's that exact window for those of you who didn't know. And yeah, they just throw it in there and put a bit of lighting behind it. And it makes for one very cool scene. And even the way they're standing like that is like the Mortal Kombat perspective, you know. It looks like the realm of one fight, you know. Yeah. I could talk about Mortal Kombat the movie all day long. I'm not going to. There was a code for Mortal Kombat 3 hidden in the credits. You just have to go through and look at the icons. So that was one of the marketing codes that they talked about. I'd give the Mortal Kombat movie a 10 out of 10. It's my favourite movie actually. It's sort of a tie between this and Terminator 2. I can't decide which one I like more. I obviously like this a lot because I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. And I obviously like Terminator 2 a lot because I'm a movie fan. So can't decide really. So yeah. I'll talk now about Annihilation. So you've been warned.